Nothing beats the one, the only Wendy's 4 for 4.
What's the word, my boys? And today we got the well asked for video and the 250k qual video. On top of the 250k qual video, I'm gonna be going over my lineup, explaining to y'all why I ran this lineup to fit me for current gen, and I'm also gonna explain just like the ins and outs of why I had them while giving you some tips and tricks on 250k. So make sure you stay tuned. It's gonna be one of my better videos for sure, and let's get straight to it.
The third seeded Jazz Gaming at point guard from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Splashy.
Should've came in right there, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so this lineup I ran right away. A lot of people was wondering why KD was the 13th man instead of JT, and I'm actually better with KD than JT. Just to go straight on that, even though I'm going to go through everybody, the reason KD was my 13th man was it came down to times where maybe Jason Tatum's not hitting, maybe T-Mac's not hitting, maybe I want to put a better shooter at the 4 because it seems like they're leaving Thurl and Giannis from Limitless a little too much, etc., etc. So then KD came in. Everybody who was on my 13th slots, 11 through 13th slots, like had reasons to be there, and all of them came in the game during 250. So let me start with Ben. The reason I ran Ben is because if y'all remember last year in 250, I actually had Ben at point guard in quals because I like running inside centers. The only problem with him this year is you're not allowed to give him badges, therefore he doesn't have Hall of Fame bullet. Last year he had Hoff needle, and like that was like the main reason why I wanted to use Ben. Like I like my centers to have high passing accuracy. I'm talking like 90 pass ac or like 85 pass ac. So like he has 92 pass ac with gold bullets. So like he's gonna make every single read, and it's gonna not take time to get there compared to like, let's say my Wilt has 69 pass ac. So even if you were to give him Hoff, unless he has Hoff bullet, his passes aren't that quick. Or like we can even say, if I want to talk about my KP, he has 80, my AD, he has 80 pass ac, but like that's not 90. So Ben Simmons was like my inside center, because if I played somebody who was half decent, you have to step in some, and also if I played somebody who wasn't decent at all, they didn't switch matchups. So Opal Kyrie, Opal AI, Kevin Porter Jr. were holding Ben Simmons, which was an automatic mismatch. So that's why I ran Ben Simmons. We got Kobe Bryant. My Kobe Bryant I actually got him right before for about $5 million. My Kobe Bryant has 36 Hall of Fame badges. So that's 16 extra Hoffs. And like, I don't have to say too much on Kobe. He's just Kobe. Like, he hooped. Like, he was by far the best player on my team during the entire qual run. And that's just that. Like, we don't gotta say nothing about Kobe. Jason Tatum, the main reason I ran Jason Tatum was because I love timing his shot from deep. Like him having Hoff Limitless spot up and Hoff Chef, like even though he can't dribble, when he gets the ball, he can still make something shake, on top of the fact that he's my primary defender. The reason he's in this lineup over like a Kevin Durant is because even though Ben Simmons and Kobe both have defense and so do Thurl, as long as they do not have a Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum will be guarding their main ball handler. If it's Lonzo, if it's Terry, if it's Klay Thompson, if it's Zach LaVine, if it's Kobe, Jason Tatum guards them, because his defensive statistics are better than Kevin Durant's. Like, let me show you what I mean by his defensive statistics are a little bit better than Kevin Durant's. Kevin Durant just has length on him. So if you compare them side by side, like JT, with the same shoe boost, this is with shoe boost. KD beats him in block. JT has a 95, still he has higher perimeter, and he beats him in interior. It's not like that much more, but on top of the fact that JT also has a lot of Hall of Fame badges defensively for being like a base card and an offline card. He's one of my favorite offline cards we've ever got. All KD really has is clamps and intimidator. JT got clamps, he got interceptor, he got pickpocket if I want to spam. Like he got menace and he got ball stripper. So like he has like 2 or so more on ball defending badges, which is the reason why I ran JT over KD, even though KD's obviously like probably the better card. So that's why JT was on it, and he was probably my 3rd best player because he was just sparking everything, especially on the fast break. I may keep Jason Tatum for a while and use Hoffs on him because like he's very nice to me. So then we go to Thurl Bailey. Like I actually think defensively, he's better than Giannis. I think the only people touching him, and I didn't get him by, like I have him now, but I didn't have him by quals, was Larry Nance. But I didn't get Larry Nance because I didn't think you could give him shooting badges. And I figured out now that you can give the Evo shooting badges. So, like, that's cool. So, like, if I was to redo this would probably be Larry Nance's spot rather than being Thurl's spot. But Thurl just is the best value card on the game. For him basically being subpar 100K, like, he's amazing. Like, he's just amazing. Like, it's nothing more to say than that. He's literally just amazing. He's a dog. Defensively, his jump shot is probably one of the only few jump shots that's on normal jump shot timing, but it feels like it's on quick. Like, he can dunk. When he got slasher badge, we let him run the O, like, because current gen is just like, my lineup was based a lot more around people get contact dunks. Like, my 4 through 5 can all get contact dunks, and their dunk are all like 90, at least 90. So, like, that was another thing why, like, you don't see like a Klay Thompson or something, because I would rather, like, what does he have? He has 95 driving dunk. He has 95 driving dunk base. He has 95 driving dunk base. He has 90 driving dunk base. He has 95 driving dunk base. Like, I was getting a lot of contacts, and I think that's what runs on current gen rather than, like, next gen. You don't need to be able to get contacts with everybody. As long as they can shoot, they can last. Then I had AD at center. Everybody knows I'm real big on AD. I love playing small ball, even on current gen. It is so hard to play small ball because the rebound animations from Giannis and Wilt Chamberlain and Yao Ming are just ridiculous. But it was more because everybody you play, if you are a regular player, you use her on your center, and you're gonna off ball off of, like, AD, and, like, AD was lighting them up. Same thing with KP, in which KP would play more. If I played a comp person, I would make sure I play Will. If I play somebody who just seems like he keeps leaving my center open, KP plays, because, like, every person who's like a amateur off baller is gonna just leave your center. And that's what they kept doing, and that's why AD was at center. That's my starting lineup. For bench, I know a lot of people were like, why Gary over Lonzo? Defensively, I would rather have a 99 steal, like, not with added attributes or nothing. I'm talking base 99 steal than Lonzo. I think they are very close to each other as well. Like, I think they're, like, literally, like, when I say neck and neck, I think they are almost neck and neck. I think if you get a souped Lonzo, though, I think a souped Lonzo is better than Gary, because you can soup up a souped Lonzo, but I sold my souped Lonzo for Kobe funds. So don't worry about that shoe, because that was when I was trying to get him play badge. But, like, I really liked Gary. Gary was probably the second best player on my team. He was getting me stops. He was getting full court presses. He holds amazing defense. He gets good animations defensively. Like, I like the Dark Matter Gary. I just think all Dark Matters perform crazy. So that's why, like, eventually I'm going to try out Westbrook, and I want to see if Westbrook performs crazy too, because I just think all Dark Matters perform crazy for some reason as of right now. You got Zachy. Yeah, I remember what I said about contact dunks. Like, he's literally was Mr. Contact Dunk yesterday. Nice 6. Have him and T-Mac playing together just so, like, my fingers don't get unused to the jump shot, because they basically have the same jump shot timing, both of them. So, like, it's real easy. Like, if I give Zach and T-Mac the ball, if I'm hot with one, I'm really going to be hot with the other. And that's something I always used to do. Like, if two players got the same jump shot and they got good cards, like, say Rudy Gay and Julius Erving have cards, I would play them together. And, like, just so I don't got to switch my jump shot timing up. But everybody knows I'm a fan of Zach. He actually, like, butchered him on one of my reviews, and then I ended up using him and figured out I'm nicer with him than I would have thought I would be. So I like Zachy, but still, if I would have Reggie Lewis, that would be Reggie Lewis's spot. Next, we got T-Mac. I don't got to say too much. Like, he's just amazing. Like, he performs great. Even though he has slasher dribble style, like, he performs great. He's so chicken. He's the new, like, Mr. Green Yellows. I think he took that title from Carmelo Anthony. We got Yaya. He just has to play. No matter what you think, no matter what his statistics say, like, if he has a card, he always plays. And then Wilt, like, running inside centers. I don't even use him as an outside, really. He's really about inside center. And, like, he's just dominant. I can stop Yao with him. Can stop a KP. I think he horribly, like, violates KP, and that's that. Terry was at the end of my bench just because I'm comfortable with him, and if I can't score with Kobe or Zach LaVine, Terry would come in and just do the justice. KP was in for what I said about the popper, and KD was in for what I said earlier about JT. I might need him to bench JT. I might need Thurl or Giannis to come out, and I need to just never miss with my power forward, etc. So that's the lineup, and that's why I ran them. So to get into the tips and tricks, only thing I'm gonna really say is we gonna start off with I know I qualified 4 times, which means like I am the ish. You know why I said ish? It means I am the ish. But like, it's not as easy as it looks. So that's why I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. My first main tip that I'm gonna start with is it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not about who's first in 30 minutes. It's not about if you were top 5 at an hour. It's not if you were top 5 at 2 hours. It's not even if you were top 5 at 3 hours. That last hour from 3 o'clock, well, I'm Central Time, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, that right there is the biggest time. That is when all of the sweats turn it up a notch, or we start winning by 50, or we start winning by 60. Like some of y'all was in my qual stream and y'all saw earlier in it, I let my foot off the gas a lot. But in that last hour, I ended up getting 7 quits within the last 15 minutes and got into a game at 56 and then ended up winning by 90. I'm praying to God that they don't disqualify me because I won by 90. But like, it's just, that's when all the sweats turn up the notch. In the last hour, you seem to run into more bots than you were running into within the first 3 hours, because I was playing a lot of like decent players who knew what they were doing on Current Gen. I wasn't really playing bots who didn't know their left from their right. So that's just that. That would be my first tip. Like for next year when you play, like honestly, like just remember, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Doesn't matter if you were first for the first. A couple of my commands like have been first for the first 2 hours. It means nothing. When I say it means nothing, I mean it means nothing. It's who is at the end when 4:30 hits. Why I say 4:30 is the people who get games at 59 and 58 and 59.59, like they get into that game, they have a 30-minute time slot to annihilate him by as much as they want without trying to make him quit. So once everybody is out of a game within probably the top 15, that's all that matters. My second tip or trick would be 3s over 2s. If you are playing, I'm gonna say that into the next one. It's no explanation for this. It's just 3s over 2s. No matter at whatever cost, your lineup should fit you to get 3s over 2s. Whether you're an ISO guy, 3s. Whether you are a pick and roll guy, 3s. Whether you're running plays, run a 3-point play. Fast breaks, look for 3s. Roll pass, look to kick it out for a 3. As much as possible until they almost make you take a 2. My third tip would probably be, if you run into a player and you can tell a player who's actually decent, a player who's good, and a player who's garbage. When you look at those lineups, if you're on Current Gen, you know it pops up right away. If you look at that, and when you look at those lineups, you can tell like, he's running Ben, Kobe, Katie, Giannis, and Wilt. Oh, he's running Lonzo, Kobe, Giannis, Thorough, and Yao. Like, you feel me? You know he's going to be good. So prep yourself to get out of that game alive. When I say get out of that game alive, it's no longer, even though qual's about beating people by however many points, it's no longer about beating him by 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80. If I'm playing versus so-and-so, player B, he has an identical 13 to me, and he does his settings, and he's coming out, and me and him at the end of the first quarter, it's 11-9. There is no more reasoning for me to try. I just can't lose. That's all you think about. Yes, are you going to get setback points? Yes, but it's way better than getting setback a loss, because now you can't play anymore. Earlier in the quals, usually running the comp people. I ran into about 3 or 4. Like, people I would say are nice because Current Gen is, a horrible game. So I ended up winning by 8, 12, and 15. I know most of y'all like 12 and 15. That's a lot of points. For quals, that's nothing. It's probably 100 points. I'm supposed to be winning by 30 and 35. But when I play versus those players, I realized like, okay, I'm only going to try to win by 8. I'm only going to try to win by 15. I'm going to be comfortable. Take a little bit more time off the shot clock. Take all my 2s, etc., etc. That would be my third tip. My fourth tip would be prepare yourself. When I say prep yourself, lab coming up to quals. Lab with all the good players you can think of. You got to get used to playing good players so your tendencies versus that good player, even if you lose, like say you hit me up to play for quals and you lose by 50, cool. That helped both of us. It helped me. If I play somebody by you, I can really violate them. And it helped you if you play somebody good, what you need to switch up. You need to be ready to play 3 different types of players. Players with Josh Hart and Opal Kyrie, who are literally garbage, who on ball you all game, that you know you can be by 40. Decent players. When I say decent players, I mean players that do not have the meta lineup. Like, say their lineup is James Harden, I say Grant Hill, I say Jason Tatum, Larry Nance, and Yao. That's a different 5. Still a good 5, but a different 5. And he's good at the game. He did his sends. You can tell he's greening his shots, meters off. He seems decent, taking his twos, baiting fine. You got to be ready to beat him by 15. You got to be ready to switch up your play style from you're playing versus Opal Kyrie and Josh Hart to I'm playing versus somebody who's half decent. Let me beat him as much as I can beat him by with a comfortable lead, which will probably be like 15 points. And then third tier, you got to be ready. What happens if you play a Splash? What happens if you play a Ty? What happens if you play a Isaac? What happens if you play a Definitive, a Nike, a Gressy? You feel me? A Swaggy P. Holmes, a T-Lo, and an 11 Assassin. Like, are you gonna choke? Are you gonna get scared that, oh my God, I see that I'm playing versus so-and-so, bro. It's no way I win. Or are you gonna just try to annihilate us? Are you gonna lay down and take your beating like you just got out the shower and moms gave you a whooping when you was wet? Or is you gonna try to dog us? Cause it's different when you're playing one of us. Like, it's a couple of y'all who ran into me, on qual day, out of the 4 quals, like, who ran into me, and y'all, like, you realize, like, y'all done play me in Unlimited when I'm reading comments and stuff, and y'all lost by 2, and y'all played me in quals, and y'all lost by 42, or y'all lost by 32. It's different when we're only locked into that. There are no distractions for that 4 hours. Like, that's it. And then my last tip would probably just be pace yourself. When I say pace yourself, you gotta make yourself last 4+ hours playing 2K, which this year is probably one of the most draining. I don't know next year, but this year was probably one of the most draining. And it's just like, you have to pace yourself. Like, do not try to beat everybody by 50 in the first 30 minutes. Because you do that, you might be out of steam, your thumbs might get tired, you might get a little tired, and you might not be ready to beat the next people by 30. And then, no, I got one more tip and trick. Don't follow nobody. When I say don't follow nobody, get a team that fits you. Literally, I popped up a stream before my quals and everybody said, bro, you gotta switch Kevin Durant for Jason Tatum, bro. What do you mean? Wait, why is Gary there and not Lonzo? Wait, why is Dark Matter T-Mac on the bench? Wait, why is AD? Where is Yao? Like, even with me, like, and I always tell people this, it's my team. That works for 2 things, right? 1, it's my team, like mine. It is my team, Splash's team. I can build my team however I want to build my team. I have put enough time and effort and nerdiness into this to figure out, like, this is who I want to run and this is when I want to run them. Now, the second one, when I say it's my team, you can run anybody you want. When I say that, run people that fit you. If you are a god with the new Opal Kyrie, if you are a god with Kevin Porter Jr., if you are a god with Trae Young, you run them. It don't matter what nobody say. You can come into my stream and tell me your lineup and say your lineup is Trae Young, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, Larry Nance, and Yao, and I'm going to say your lineup sucks. And all you got to say back is, yeah, but I have fun using that lineup and I actually be beating people. And I'm going to say, oh, that's good for you then. I take back what I said. You can look at this game mode from 3 different angles. You can look at this game mode and try to be the best. You can look at this game mode and try to beat people while following the meta. And you can look at this game mode to have fun. Fun is what I would always pick back before I became a competitive sweat. So that's all I mean. Just get a lineup that fits you. If you want to run Kevin Porter Jr., if you want to run Gary Payton, if you want to run Ben Simmons, if you want to run James Harden, if you want to run Derrick Rose, if you want to run Steph Curry, if you want to run Seth Curry, if you want to run Patrick Mills, if you want to run AD, if you want to run KD, if you want to run KP, like, you do what you do, because I'll always say this, the lineup that fits you is going to make you play the best, because it's comfortability that matters. Even with me putting Jason Tatum in the game and me bringing Ben Simmons in, even though he just came out, and me running Gary over Alonzo, like, it's comfortability at the end of the day, and comfortability will always make you be better than the next person. That's really all I got for y'all today. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I think I did everything I was supposed to do in this video. Made it a good 20 minutes probably. So, I love every single one of y'all, and I'll see y'all next video. Peace.